Hello guys and welcome back to our channel. Let's get going and start off with the weekly technical analysis and also do a review of the previous week. By the way, we had an amazing week last week. Most of the setups that we analyzed went in our direction. So let's not waste any more time and start off with the DXY. So as you can see here, these are the previous drawings from last week's video. So as I was saying, DXY last week, I was expecting it to make a consolidation here and then drop one more time. I wasn't expecting it to drop like this. I was expecting a smaller reaction here. Like you can see, I was expecting it to break this level, but so far so good. The price went deeper than we expected. I hope you guys, if you caught this trade, kept it to a level that gave you some nice profits. And for this week, I'm expecting here a deeper consolidation and then one more push towards the upside. This is the first scenario, and the second scenario that I'm expecting is a break of this low and then start this deeper pullback before going back down. The target in the coming week would be still bearish, but we have to wait for this consolidation to finish first, and then we'll go with another sell setup. I will be watching this area here for a potential reaction. If the price moves here correctively, then this is a good indication that the price will fall back down one more time. And at this area here, the fair value gap zone, I'm going to be waiting for a reaction, and then we'll go with the sell setup. So like I was saying, last week was a decent week for us. I think we had more than 80% accuracy on our trades. Also, if you're interested to track the progress of our previous analysis, you can find the link in the description below. So feel free to hop on there and check out our results. Also, if you like our content, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel. We just started this week to release new content on our YouTube page, educational content. As you can see here, the top 10 investing principle every beginner should know. So head over and check it out if you have some free time. Education is always the most important thing, no matter the field you operate in. So there's more where that came from. So stay tuned to our channel. Also subscribe, hit the like button if you like our content, because in the future we'll post many more exciting content. Now let's move on to EURUSD. For EURUSD last week, if you remember, I was expecting the price after it broke this trend line here to make a consolidation, as you can see, and then to break the top. So similar to the DXY, this move went beyond our expectations. So well done to all of you who kept on to this trade. And for this week, what I'm expecting next for EURUSD, considering the fact that this is opposite to the DXY, I'm expecting here a consolidation, maybe reach this area before going back up. There's also a possibility for a small correction and then continuation, but personally I'll wait for this consolidation to occur. Take out any trades you have if you're in the buys, and wait for this correction to occur, and then go with your buy setup from these levels here. Check your reactions and then go with your setup. For pound USD, last week we were expecting here the price to make a pullback, and as you can see it did, and then it started to go back up here, broke the top again. It went way beyond our expectations. We also here, we didn't expect the price to make this small pullback. We were expecting something deep, but so far so good. Doesn't matter, the price went in our direction. So if you guys got the setup here, well done. We weren't in this trade, by the way. So for this week, similar to EURUSD, this one has to correct, break the top one more time, and then we'll see how the price will evolve. Dollar yen. For dollar yen last week, if you remember, I was saying that the price will have to correct here for us to consider any sell setup. It did correct, but to be honest, I was expecting here a deeper consolidation because this move was pretty sharp, and for me personally, this wasn't enough to consider to go with this sell setup. I was expecting the price here to reach this area at least before dropping, but instead it made a small consolidation here, went back down, and the rest is history. So very important to take into consideration right now is the fact that we broke this trend line, and the next move here will be decisive. If we get here a consolidation underneath the trend line, then this is your indication that the price might drop one more time to take out these lows. So we have to take it step by step. For the coming week, I'm expecting a correction, and maybe by the end of the week we'll get our chances here. So keep an eye on this one. There's still some bearish momentum left here, so you have to wait for this correction to finish and then go with your sell setups. Move on to Australian dollar versus the US dollar. Last week, as you can see from the drawings, we were expecting a small consolidation and then a move towards the upside, which I was expecting it at least to hit this area here. And as you can see, the price went beyond our expectations. We still have this top to break right now as things stand, because the way this is looking here, as you can see, this is pretty impulsive. So next thing here, wait for this consolidation to finish. Maybe look out towards this level here and then go with your buy setup. The price can also start going back up from here to break the top, but if that happens, I won't be interested. Also, if you guys are in the buy, take partial profits or at least move your stops in profit, if not. So if you get an opportunity next week, go with this setup here. I'm pretty convinced here that this will break the top, and then we'll analyze the price action again to see what's next. Dollar CAD, as you can see here again, this was a perfect analysis. This correction here that we were expecting in the previous week happened, and it pushed the price back down as we were expecting it to do. So for this week, I'm expecting the market here to make a consolidation after this strong bullish wave, and if that happens, go with your buy setup, because here I think we will gonna make a more complex pattern inside this area, and then we'll analyze the price action. But here, if you get a consolidation, don't hesitate to go with your buy setup. Moving on to gold. As you can see, gold gave us at least 400 pips here. This was one of our trades of the week. I was emphasizing on this one in the previous analysis that if this makes a correction here, because we have these equal highs, equal tops located here, I was pretty convinced that this will go up and break the top at least. So as you can see, the price did exactly what we expected it to do. This consolidation here was the perfect entry you guys could have asked. Let me show it to you. So I think we were in this area last week, and the market pushed back down, taken out some liquidity, and then it started to go back up, consolidated. Many opportunities for you guys to get inside this trade here. Also this sharp move towards the upside. I think this was the CPI news, if I'm not wrong. But regardless, the price went up, and now it is consolidating for you guys to get another opportunity for a buy setup. Let it finish this consolidation that it is making here. So for this week, wait for this to finish, this flag, and then go with another move towards the upside. I'm expecting the price to make a new higher high inside this area and possibly testing these levels here. So if this happens, you can look for your buy setup. We have a nice fair value gap area around this zone. So have a look at it, and if you get if the price gets there and if you get a reaction, then there you go. That's your buy setup. Don't risk big, and always try and be on the right side and don't rush things up. For silver, like I was saying last week, I was expecting the price to make here a small pullback and then break this top. And if you remember, I wasn't convinced that this will be the start of the bullish wave, even though I am bullish on silver. I was saying that for me to be interested in the buys, I will expect a sharp breakout of the trend line. And this happened, and then my entry would be after correction will complete. And unfortunately for us, this didn't happen. So the way things are looking now, it's pretty obvious that the price is in a strong bullish trend, not only on the 4 hours but also on the daily and on the weekly. So I'm expecting the price here to give us a consolidation, because even though we could have entered here, this was a bit risky. I prefer to wait for bigger confirmations, to be honest, because no matter what, correction would occur at some point, a deeper one, and then you'll ride the wave back again. So if this happens, if this correction occurs here, check out this level for a reaction, this area here that I'm gonna be drawing, and go with your buy setups. This has a great potential to reach the $26, $27 area, so don't be surprised if this happens after a correction. So keep your eyes on it. For crude oil, Like I was saying in the previous week, I was emphasizing that if the price is still stuck inside this area here, don't touch it, leave it alone. Wait for the price to break out towards the upside. As you can see here, I was saying then wait for a consolidation and then go with your buy setup. So the price broke out, as you can see. And what I'm expecting here is the correction that I was anticipating last week to happen if we break outside this zone. So keep an eye out for a pullback, and then if this happens, look for a reaction. We have a nice order block around this level. So if you reach this area here, don't hesitate and go with your buy setups. Natural gas is doing what we expected it to do. The price made a consolidation after this bullish impulse here. So after this strong move towards the upside, the price made this pullback here inside these levels, and we have a nice correction here developing. There is also a level that we tagged. Also, it could drop a bit more, but I'm not that convinced that this will drop furthermore. I'm a bit biased towards the upside right now, so if you get here more momentum on the bullish candle, wait for a consolidation, and this is your buy setup. I'm expecting it to break the top one more time here. This will be moving a bit messy, so we have to take it step by step. If you trade this one, take your profits fast. Don't stay too much in the trade, because as you can see here, you can easily get your profits wiped out on the market. So every time you make a new higher high, decide to take out your profits and then wait for a bigger pullback. Moving on to the stock market, for S&P last week I was expecting the price to consolidate, make one more drop here and then go back up. The price didn't do what we expected it to do. Instead, it gapped up here and it continued to go up. And for this week, what I'm expecting for S&P is a small pullback and then one more move towards the upside. This is my forecast for S&P in the coming week. Moving on to NASDAQ, as you can see, I was expecting the price to drop. It didn't. It continued, it made a small push here towards the downside and then it went back up. So for this week, I'm expecting another consolidation and then one more move towards the upside. This will continue to go up here, but at any time this can start a deeper consolidation because the trend is very strong, and possibly at some point we'll make a similar pullback to this one, or maybe in the worst case scenario a similar pullback like this one. So keep your eyes on it. I don't think this will start from this week. We have to make a new higher high here to get some MACD divergence. So as things stand, wait for the price to consolidate and then go with your buy setup, and after it takes out the top, you can close your profits. For Dow Jones last week, I was expecting the price to drop again here after making a consolidation and then go back up. Instead, the price didn't drop. It went back up sharply. So this forecast was invalidated. And as things stand, I'm waiting for the price here in the coming week to make a small pullback and then one more move towards the upside. Nifty. As you can see for Nifty, I was also expecting a consolidation, but this keeps pushing up. The trend is pretty strong at the moment. I will not be engaging and I will not advise you guys to go into any buys from this level here. Just wait for a consolidation to occur, and then that will be your setup towards the upside. But also be cautious, because as you can see on the daily, the trend is very strong. So we might get a daily correction, not a 4 hours one, which could be a bigger degree correction on the lower time frame. So this could potentially drop a bit more if this happens on the daily and then go back up. So let's move back to the 4-hour time frame. We have a nice area to watch if the price goes down. This is a nice zone to keep an eye out. If the price reaches here, pull back towards this level, then you can go with your buy. So let's move on to the crypto market, where we have some important news in regards to Ripple. As you may already be aware, last week the price of XRP surged because of the SEC lawsuit news, and this pushed the price back up. And as you can see, it was a very nice spike for those who trade that. I hope you guys enjoy some nice profits with XRP. And on the bigger picture, this is very bullish. I'm expecting it to break this top at some point, 1.97 level. This isn't the all-time high, by the way. This is a portion of the correction from this all-time high here. This is basically the all-time high, and what I'm expecting for XRP on the daily time frame is a consolidation after the strong impulse here, and then continuation towards the upside. This consolidation might not be that big, it might be a shorter one, and for us to see that, we have to go back to the 4-hour time frame. And as you can see, the price here made a strong bullish candle with a nice close here, and then it started to drop, which is normal because some people took some profits. And right now the market is accumulating orders, and if this here makes a move towards the upside, then afterwards, if you get a flag, even though it's messy, you can go and trade it at least to break the stop and then take out your profits and wait for your next entry. If this decides to go a bit deeper, then even better, because you'll buy it for a cheaper price, and you won't be bothered with the price coming back for you to take out your orders. So these are the two scenarios for XRP that I'm expecting. I hope you guys printed some nice profits last week on it. And right now, let's move on to Bitcoin. For Bitcoin, if you remember, this setup was covered last week in our previous analysis, and as you can see, we're expecting here a consolidation and then a move towards the upside that will make a new higher high around this level here to take out this top. So so far so good. And for the coming week, I'm expecting Bitcoin here to make a messy consolidation. I think this will create a channel at some point, and the price will bounce up and down inside this area. So the direction here for Bitcoin is still bullish, but it might not be that smooth. So I also suggest for now to leave it alone. I don't think we'll get any clear buy setups from now. If something comes up, we will update you later on, but for this week I also suggest to stay away from it. For Ether, similar to Bitcoin, if you remember, I was saying that if the price makes here consolidation, a small flag, then you can go with a buy setup that will at least break this top here, making a new higher high. So as things stand right now, we have a nice trend line here to take into consideration. So I'm expecting the price to reach this area here before going back up. So the overall sentiment for Ether is towards the upside. We are expecting it to go and break the previous top here located at 2.1K area. And if you get a setup here, don't hesitate to take it, don't risk big. And also after it breaks this top here, take into consideration to take partial profits, or at least move your stops into profit or to break even. Or also you could take out the whole trade. Is not bad to take profits. It's very indicated, by the way. So if this happens, keep an eye on it. If you get your setup, watch this trend line for a reaction, and if you get one, go with the setup. And last but not least, Binance Coin. If you remember last week, I was saying that as long as we are in this range here, similar to US oil, like I was saying, as long as we are in this area here, don't engage in any setups because this could get messy. I was trying to advise you guys to let it break out sharply outside this area and then wait for your consolidation. And as things stand, we don't have a clear indication here that the price will go up, even though we broke out of this zone. I'm still expecting a strong move to occur here, to break out, consolidate, and if that happens, then this will be a nice trade towards the upside. As a target, I'm going to be looking at this zone here, and then we'll check out the price action to see if we get a reaction for a continuation, which means a correction to continue the uptrend, or if you'll get one more drop and take out some liquidity. So with that being said, that should be all for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also share it with your friends, and stay tuned for more exciting content in the coming days. So until next week, I wish you guys a happy trading week, a happy weekend, and also trade with care.